What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Koala Gardens. I've got a real treat for you today. We're going to take a bit of a walk through 21 of the prettiest girls that have been seen on the property over the last 7 years. Now, I want you to take really good note as you're watching this video, and in the comments below, when you get to the end, I want each of you to tell me how many of the girls you see today you remember actually seeing during the time you've been following me. Now, some of them are still here, but most of them are gorgeous blasts from the past. Of course, all the video here on YouTube is completely free for you to watch. But if you'd like to get involved and help support the work I'm doing here, you can support me on Patreon or get involved in the Keeping in the Loop adoption and get exclusive video and emails each month. Plus, when you join, I'll give you a personal shout out here. We're going to move through these 21 gorgeous girls in the order that they were very first seen on the property. Those of you that know what I do here at Koala Gardens know that I go out every single day and keep a record of who's been here and where I found them. So some of these girls just arrived at the property one day, and others, like DEWDROP, you can see here, were born on the property. Hey, you're not one of that 60% that haven't subscribed yet, are you? You can fix it. And I'd like to acknowledge the Widjabul people of the Bundjalung Nation, on whose land I live, work and play. I'm Katrina, and I'm passionate about saving koalas. Are you ready? We get to start with Mist. Mist is probably the most famous of all of the koalas from Koala Gardens, particularly the females. And that's the very first photo I ever got of her, back before I'd even started naming koalas. She lived to well over 12 years old and produced who knows how many joeys, because she had a joey with her the very first time I ever saw her. She was a mega amazing mother, and her legacy lives on, inspiring children all around the world to fall in love with nature through the series of children's books written about her. This koala is Blossom. Blossom came through the property for about 6 days, and look at her strategy for keeping Joey safe and snug there while she sleeps. Blossom had a large joey, so we call that joey a back young, and I'm quite sure that she moved through the property looking for the place to tell her joey, here's your forever home. I wish she'd chosen Koala Gardens, because that joey is gorgeous. There's just nothing, is there, like the face of a little koala joey. Bertha really suited the name of this big girl. She was first seen on the property in March of 2015, and I saw her 39 times. She had a joey pouch when I first saw her and was strong and agile, moving through the treetops with ease, even with that big pouch bulge. That joey soon came out of the pouch and was an absolute delight to watch. Now just watch this jump. There she goes. It's always truly a delight to watch any koala mum raising a joey, because we just get such a feeling of hope for the future of these beautiful animals every time we see a sight like this. Only a few days after Bertha arrived, this other beautiful girl, Corky, arrived as well. It was wonderful because it meant that I got to see Corky raising a young joey as well as Bertha. I saw Corky 36 times between late March 2015 and June 2015. Our next contender, she was such a regal looking girl. She was given the name Winifred. I think it suits her really well. Another really big, strong-looking female. This girl has always been one of my favourites. Her name is Greta. She developed a weeping eye, and I caught her and took her into Friends of the Koala, and it turned out to just be a tear duct problem. She was over 14 years old the last time I saw her with a joey. Glory was one of the first koalas I rescued back in 2015. She'd been tapped by a car, came in, had a health check, was found to have a beautiful joey and pouch, and released here on the property. Now we move on to Maxine. Maxine is probably another of the very well-known koalas from this property. First seen in November 2016, I saw her 629 times between 2016 and 2019. She raised several joeys on the property and was called the Princess. I wonder if she's related to our Matilda, who's now called the Queen. What a fantastic mother. She always raised these beautiful, healthy joeys. Another Koala Gardens super mum. Another super mum is Stevie. A lot of you might remember her. It was late 2016 when she first came to the property, and I saw her 476 times. Stevie raised two joeys. She raised Nick, and then she raised Frankie. I believe she lives now on a property a little bit south of here, and those ears of hers had everyone adoring her right from the very first day she arrived here. Racy arrived only about a month after Stevie first arrived, but she was a little bit older than Stevie because she gave birth to her first joey a year before Stevie did. I saw Racy 379 times, and she raised three joeys that we saw. Carla, and Racy is the mother of Phoenix that we know well, and her last joey, Smokey. This is Racy teaching Phoenix how to eat. Late in 2017, we had this lovely girl, Eagle, come through. I only saw her 24 times. Just when I thought she was going to stay, she moved on. But what a nose pattern on this girl. And she was always really high up in the tops of the trees. Stella was Maxine's first joey, and I saw her on the property 103 times after they separated, but as a juvenile, she moved on, as young koalas usually do. We only saw Pinky Doll 5 times on the property, but that nose pattern made her win the space of being in the prettiest girls on the property for sure. DEWDROP was Maxine's second joey. Her and Maxine separated towards the end of December in 2018, and she stayed here until late October 2019, and during that time I saw her 174 times. She grew from this tiny little bulge in the pouch to a really beautifully round, strong koala, just what we want to see, being out there breeding hope for these creatures that we love so much. And now our gorgeous Phoenix. Phoenix first separated from her mum Racy in late December 2018, and she doesn't spend a lot of her time on the property. I've only actually ever sighted her since she separated from Racy 190 times, and we still see her today. In fact, I saw her only a couple of weeks ago, and our patrons know some special things about her. Phoenix had a joey last year whose name is Luna, and we're watching her closely. LUCA was found looking quite lost beside a road where the speed limit was 100 kilometres an hour. We caught her, she had a health check at Friends of the Koala, we released her here, and she moved back south to an area she knew that hopefully was much safer. And Angel. Angel is another one of the girls on the property that is known quite well. She arrived here around Christmas time, and what was really amazing was that star shape on her nose made people say she's the angel on our Christmas tree this year. Those ears, I'm sure they are the biggest ears we've ever seen. She had a Joey pouch, and then she moved along. I saw Angel here 58 times. And in mid-2020, our beautiful Queen Matilda arrived here on the property. She's still here, and so far I have sighted her 346 times. She is our prettiest girl. Well, it's hard to say that after all these faces we've seen and the rest we're going to see, but it seems like there is never a hair out of place. She's always just walked out of the salon. Just look at the nose pattern on Jackie. Jackie arrived here in September of 2020, and I saw her 26 times. She was a really big, strong girl who moved through the property for a while. And not long after Jackie arrived, look who it is that came to Koala Garden. It's our little Miss Ellie. She was only a small girl when she arrived here in late 2020, and so far I've seen her 184 times, and the really exciting thing that we all know about Ellie is that she now has a beautiful bulging pouch with a wriggling Joey in there. And our lovely Luna, daughter of Phoenix. Do you remember when they were found in the lemon tree? Luna and Phoenix separated in July of 2021, and I then saw her here on the property 57 times between then and November, when I guess she decided there was somewhere else that she had to be, and she moved on. Good luck, beautiful girl. It was truly a pleasure watching her grow and develop for a few months there. And guess what? You've done it. You've made it through to the end of another Koala Gardens video. How good was that? 21 absolutely beautiful girls. Now, how many did you remember? Did you make a list? Let me know in the comments below. I wonder if there could be anybody watching who knew every one of those 21 gorgeous girls. It's going to be fun to find out. Another way you can support Koala Gardens is to pop on over to Redbubble and have a look at some of the stunning merchandise that I have developed. You won't believe the range of things that you can get showcasing koalas.